I grew up in a family, Maria, where there was this expectation of leadership and greatness. We have members among us in America that we can support, and I'm hoping that my book can shine a light on what they bring to the rest of us.
Harris Faulkner shocked audiences when she revealed her decision to leave Fox News after years of being a familiar face on the network. Known for her 6 Emmy Awards and hard-hitting interviews, her departure left many wondering what could come next. Fans and colleagues alike are speculating about her next big move in the world of journalism. Could this be the beginning of an exciting new chapter for her career? The reasons behind this surprising change are something out of this world that you are not prepared to know. From small town to Fox News, Harris Faulkner was born on the 13th of October, 1965, at Fort McPherson in Atlanta, Georgia. Her father, Bobby R. Harris, was a respected retired lieutenant colonel and a dedicated pilot in the United States Army who courageously served 3 tours in Vietnam. Growing up as a military kid meant Faulkner moved around a lot, including a significant stint on a United States military base in Stuttgart, West Germany, where her father continued his service as a U.S. Army pilot. Before we dive deeper, there's a shocking detail about Faulkner's early life that has remained hidden, and it's something that will completely change what you thought you knew about her. She completed her higher education at the University of California, Santa Barbara, earning a Bachelor of Arts in Mass Communications. This degree set the stage for her future in the media industry. Faulkner's first professional role was as a freelance business journalist for LA Weekly, where she was paid $50 per article. Her career in television began with an internship at KCOP TV in Los Angeles, which eventually led her to a full-time position as a reporter and anchor at WNCT TV in Greenville, North Carolina. Between the years 1992 and 2000, Faulkner became a familiar face on television screens in Kansas City, anchoring the evening news for WDAF-TV. During her time in this bustling city, she encountered unwelcome and disturbing advances from someone she had known back in North Carolina. Despite these challenges, she pressed on and eventually joined KSTP-TV in Minneapolis-St. Paul as a key member of their evening news team. Her time there wrapped up in July 2004, paving the way for her to join the team at Fox News in 2005. At Fox News, Faulkner kicked off her stint as a correspondent for the reboot of A Current Affair, showing off her reporting chops until the program was discontinued in October 2005. She then took over as the host of Fox Report Weekend from 2011 to 2017. During this time, she also covered the midterm elections in 2018 and filled in for Shepard Smith on Shepard Smith Reporting and for Martha McCallum on The Story. Before Greg Gutfeld left Red Eye, Faulkner was often seen as a guest on the comedic late-night show. She remains a frequent presence on his new evening program, Gutfeld, and occasionally steps in as a co-host on The Five. In April 2014, Faulkner embraced a new role as a co-host on the daytime Fox News program Outnumbered, where she brought her unique style and perspective to the table. She transitioned to anchoring Outnumbered Overtime in 2017, focusing more on in-depth news content than just discussions. Driven by her deep passion and expertise, Faulkner launched her own show, The Faulkner Focus, in early 2021, where she continued to demonstrate her dedication to impactful news coverage. In June of 2023, Faulkner temporarily took over as host of Fox News Tonight following Tucker Carlson's exit. During her time on the show, she made strong statements about the threats to religion, expressed her concerns for the safety of women and children, and humorously declared her pronouns as USA. Her involvement brought a new and energetic perspective to the show, ensuring viewers receive both insightful and engaging news coverage. During her tenure at ABC's St. Paul station, KSTP, Faulkner received 4 regional Emmy Awards, clinching the Best Anchor title for 3 consecutive years: 2002, 2003, and 2004. She was also honored with an Emmy for her participation in the news special, Eyewitness to War. In 1998, she received the prestigious Amelia Earhart Pioneering Lifetime Achievement Award for her humanitarian efforts. Her exemplary journalism was recognized in Variety's 2021 New York Women's Impact Report, particularly for her poignant interview with former President Donald Trump in 2020, following the tragic death of George Floyd. Beyond her professional achievements, Faulkner has recently begun to share more about her personal life. As her career grows, Faulkner's military upbringing, shows a more personal side of her that many don't know. The life-changing Vietnam mission. In a recent chat within Kansas City from her office in Manhattan, Faulkner talked about her military upbringing, her love for Kansas City barbecue and the Chiefs, and even shared a funny story about how she met her husband. The discussion also touched on her significant trip to Vietnam, which she had previously referred to as a divine assignment, highlighting both the personal and professional impacts of the visit. She described this trip as a military brat mission, a reflection of the curiosity instilled in her by her father's experiences in Vietnam. Faulkner and a dedicated team of 7 from Fox Nation set out on a mission to Vietnam with the specific aim of creating something special for the streaming platform. Their main objective was to find the right way to honor Vietnam veterans, considering the controversial and painful history associated with the war. She stressed how veterans from other conflicts are often celebrated and thanked, whereas those returning from Vietnam, including her father, faced great difficulties and distress. As she concluded her reflections on the Vietnam trip, Faulkner spoke of her relentless curiosity about the communist country, which had been closely intertwined with America's history. She described the 2023 expedition as an extension of her divine assignment, emphasizing its dual significance: a profound personal connection due to her military background and a broader mission to highlight the complex legacies of the Vietnam War. Growing up in a military household deeply influenced Faulkner's view of life, instilling key qualities like flexibility and toughness. Being a military child, often termed as a brat, born, raised, and transferred, deeply ingrained a strong love for her country in her. She often speaks fondly of her father's lessons on America's quest for prominence and his firm belief in the Constitution's power to elevate the nation. Her father, serving during times of racial strife, saw his military role as a higher purpose and emphasized the need for Black individuals to step forward for their nation when called. His commitment to his duties and his deep faith in American values profoundly impacted Faulkner, molding her views on national pride and the respect owed to those who serve. Faulkner's stories about her father, who died on Christmas morning in 2020, portray him as a perpetually cheerful man, enduring life's challenges with a smile. After retiring, he taught math and physics, driven by a belief in the necessity of guiding the youth. Faulkner remembers him as always being a beacon of positivity, committed to the success of the next generation. The loss of her father became particularly poignant every Christmas, the holiday now tinged with the memory of his serene passing. That morning, he was supposed to visit her sister for brunch but never arrived. Concern led her sister to send their uncles to check on him, who found he had died peacefully in his sleep, believing he had been called to his eternal home. In spite of her grief, Faulkner finds solace in hoping that her father remained untroubled in his final moments, maintaining his lifelong warrior spirit even towards his end. In discussions about her early accolades, like her first Emmy and Headliner Awards, Faulkner reminisces about her broadcast beginnings in Kansas City after a short stint in Greenville, North Carolina. She felt a deep connection with Kansas City, seeing it as her true home where she became part of the local fabric. Questions about her openness with her faith were met with conviction about being in the right place. Her faith naturally woven into her broadcasts, especially during crises like floods and tornadoes. She found support in her co-anchor and the wider news team. Her connection to Kansas City deepened through her family's visits and ventures, like the barbecue restaurant they opened, blending their family's heritage with local flavors. Laughing, she recounts how her parents supported her major life milestones, like when her father spontaneously shared his experiences during an award speech she received. She also spoke about their help in purchasing and renovating her first house, marking a significant step in her personal and professional life. Deeply valued as her parents' support was always a pillar in her life. Faulkner's thoughts on her career and personal life bring a new focus on what leadership and leaving a legacy really mean to her. Her faith in her work. Throughout the interview, Faulkner discussed her year of significant achievements, the challenges of balancing motherhood with her career, and her approach to addressing major national concerns. She credited her success not to mere chance, but to her relentless determination to forge her own path. Addressing her desired legacy, Faulkner wishes to be remembered as a loving and devoted mother, a sentiment that she believes should permeate every aspect of her life. As the mother of 2 biracial daughters, she is keen on instilling in them the drive to improve the world and demonstrating that compassion and kindness are signs of strength. On leadership, Faulkner highlights the crucial roles of resilience and assertiveness in surmounting difficulties. She stresses the importance of persisting despite challenges and criticisms about her assertiveness, believing that overcoming these obstacles is vital for personal and professional advancement. She also noted the shifting expectations for women in today's world, pointing out that the current generation proudly acknowledges and embraces their inherent power. Faulkner commented positively on the change in how society views the term alpha female, which used to have negative undertones but now represents progress and empowerment for women. Harris Faulkner shared her deep emotions about delivering heartbreaking news, particularly during the tragic morning of the Sandy Hook shooting. She vividly remembers the somber arrival of a hearse at the scene, a sight that prompted her to pause and reflect with her viewers, giving them space to grasp the horrific event. She also opened up about a significant 2020 interview with former President Donald Trump, held amidst the widespread protests following George Floyd's death. During the interview, Trump's comments on the demonstrations led Faulkner to interject, highlighting Floyd's last words where he called for his mother. This moment underscored for her the power of raw, truthful dialogue over mere provocative commentary. She also discussed how she has adapted to working from home, emphasizing her need for flexibility to balance professional and family responsibilities. Faulkner expressed a strong desire to shape discussions about the role of women in the workforce, proud of her achievements as a Black woman leading her own daytime TV show. Harris Faulkner is known for her influential role in news broadcasting, especially on the popular Fox News show, Outnumbered. Her recent decision to leave the show has sparked curiosity and speculation among viewers about her future endeavors and the potential impact on the show. Faulkner's exit raises questions about whether she will pursue new opportunities within Fox News or perhaps outside the network. Viewers of Outnumbered are left pondering the reasons for Faulkner's departure and the show's next steps. Faulkner's departure is a significant loss for the show, given her role in driving its success through her engaging discussions and insightful analyses. The show must now navigate this change, possibly altering its format or host lineup as it adaptates to viewer preferences and ensures continued popularity. Faulkner's journalism career is marked by notable achievements, including 6 Emmy Awards and her tenure at Fox News since 2005. She has covered a wide range of events, from severe weather to live events at major state fairs. Her commitment to inspiring others is evident in her personal mission and her continued role in the media with her latest show, The Faulkner Focus. Despite being a prominent figure, some aspects of Faulkner's career might still be lesser known. She broke new ground at Fox News as the first Black woman to anchor a daytime show. Since joining Outnumbered as a co-host in 2014 and later anchoring Outnumbered Overtime, she has remained a vital voice in daytime programming. Faulkner's roots trace back to her early days in the Midwest, where she started her broadcasting career, paving the way to her significant achievements and the respected position she holds today. In a discussion with In Between, a Canadian publication, she shared how her achievements aren't just about numbers or her own ambitions. She emphasized the importance of being a Black woman who is the sole host on her show, which she believes shows deep change and empowerment. Harris Faulkner, working as an anchor at Fox News, feels her position reflects that she is valued and respected. People often guess her political views based on her race, gender, and her work at a conservative network. Despite this, Faulkner remains positive and steady. Her work as a journalist, shaped by big events, leads to some surprising and powerful influences on her life. How Faulkner's past shaped her. Faulkner explained in a 2020 interview with the Associated Press that when people think they fully understand you based on just your looks and job, you get a chance to show them they're wrong in a good way. She's respected by her colleagues and has won 6 Emmys for her precise journalism. She received praise for her well-conducted interview with former President Donald Trump during a crucial time of the Black Lives Matter protests. Bill Gruskin from the Columbia Journalism Review noted that she managed to stay neutral during the interview. He also mentioned how she brought her own experiences into the interview, talking as a Black woman and a mother, something not often seen in journalism, but Faulkner did it with care and precision. The Twin Cities Pioneer Press reported on her reaction to Gruskin's article, where she showed a mix of pride and humility. She talked about the importance of sticking to the facts and being honest and strong in journalism, qualities she holds dear. In another interview with Fox News, she talked about how covering significant events like the AIDS crisis in South Africa, the case of Natalie Holloway in Aruba, and the Oklahoma City bombing deeply influenced her career. Faulkner has said that many people, from her family to icons like Nelson Mandela, Barbara Walters, Michael Jordan, Oprah Winfrey, and Diane Sawyer, have greatly shaped her personal and professional life. Born in Atlanta, Georgia, she has made an impact globally. According to Fox News, her unique upbringing was due to her father's military assignments, which took her to places around the world, including Stuttgart, Germany. These experiences exposed her to various cultures and taught her how to adapt and embrace change. After graduating from the University of California, Santa Barbara, Faulkner's first significant job was in Los Angeles. She then moved to Greenville, North Carolina, and later to Kansas City, Missouri. Her love for the Midwest influences her work and personal life, as those places were where her career really started to take off and where she met her spouse. Looking back at the past, she fondly remembers the incredibly silly early days, as she told the Kansas City Star. A dedicated Kansas City Chiefs fan, Harris Faulkner loves the Midwest partly because of her passion for football. Even though she now lives in New Jersey, she always shows her support for the Chiefs by wearing their colors on game days and decorating her home office with team gear. During a lighthearted talk with the Kansas City Star, she shared funny stories about her husband trying to find space for his sports memorabilia. She joked that he could only have the rug and the wall art, as everything else was dedicated to her love for Kansas. She also mentioned needing her own space. One special memory she often talks about is from 1999, when she sang the Star-Spangled Banner in front of 70,000 people at Arrowhead Stadium. She told Chiefs Wire that singing there was an unforgettable experience, and she always sings along to the national anthem whenever it plays, no matter where she is. In February 2021, she posted a throwback photo of that moment on Instagram just before the Chiefs played in the Super Bowl. Faulkner also talked about being portrayed in a fun way on Saturday Night Live. In April 2018, Leslie Jones played her in a comedy sketch. Faulkner was amazed by the tribute, telling the Twin Cities Pioneer Press. It felt unreal and that Jones really captured her spirit. Jones portrayed her again later, and Faulkner felt they looked and sounded even more alike, including wearing the same ice blue dress she once wore, making the whole thing seem like a dream. In October 2018, she told Variety she'd be happy if Jones played her in a movie, especially if it involved serious acting. She appreciated how well Jones performed on SNL, even mimicking her down to the false eyelashes, and she took the whole thing in stride. However, impersonations haven't always been welcome. As per CNN Money, in 2015, Faulkner sued Hasbro for using her name without her permission for a toy hamster in their Littlest Pet Shop collection. She argued that this damaged her reputation as a journalist and falsely implied she endorsed the product. Is Harris Faulkner's departure from Fox News just a career shift? Or is there more going on behind the scenes? Tell us what you think, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.